All right, let's talk about something I think a lot of us can relate to. It's that feeling, that you're putting in all the work, all the hours, but you're just not seeing the results to match. So today, let's dig in and figure out what is really going on behind the scenes. I mean, does this sound like you? You're doing everything right. You take the courses, you read the books, you try the new strategies, you're working harder than ever. And yet, your income, your business, your career, it feels like it's just hit a plateau. It's like you're stuck and you just can't seem to break through to that next level. Yeah, if you're sitting there nodding your head right now, trust me, you're not alone. There's actually a name for this, and it's called the paradox of hard work. And just understanding what this is the very first step to getting unstuck. So what is it? Well, we're all taught that working harder gives us more control, right? Just put in one more hour, just grind a little more, and you'll get there. But here's the catch, and this is where it becomes a trap. If, deep down, on a subconscious level, you believe that real success has to come from struggle, your brain will literally steer you away from easier, smarter paths. It keeps you locked in that cycle of effort without reward. Okay, so you think, I just need a better strategy. You hire the coach, you take the seminar, you do all the things, but you keep hitting the same invisible wall. So why don't these strategies seem to work? This is that feeling right here. On one side, you have all your actions, the new marketing plan, the extra training, the perfectly crafted business proposal. And on the other side, nothing. It's like you're full speed running into a brick wall that you can't even see. The numbers just don't move, the promotion never comes through. It's maddening. It seriously feels like something is sabotaging you. And here's what I really want you to hear. If this is you, if you're hitting that wall, the problem is not your strategy, it's not because you're not smart enough, and it is absolutely not because you're not working hard enough. The real problem is something much, much deeper. So, if it's not the strategy, what in the world is it? Well, we need to talk about the unseen forces that are really in the driver's seat of our lives. We're talking about your hidden blocks. Let's go through some of the most common ones and just see if any of these kind of ring a bell for you. First up, fear of success. Sounds crazy, right? But maybe you worry that if you get that big promotion, you'll lose your freedom or time with your family. Then there's hidden loyalties. This is a big one. It's like feeling guilty for making more money or being more successful than your parents were. There's also the financial ceiling, that invisible thermostat set to a certain income level. You get close, and then something always happens to knock you back down, because deep down, you don't feel you deserve more. And finally, the big one, the narrative of sacrifice. The deep-seated belief that anything worthwhile has to be a struggle, that you have to suffer to be worthy of success. Just seeing these written down can be a huge aha moment because it means you can finally stop blaming yourself. You can stop blaming your business plan, and you can start looking for the answers where they've been all along, inside you. I'm going to say this again because it's so important. It is not your fault. This isn't a character flaw. It's not a personal failing. It's just a program that's running in the background. Think of these internal patterns, like the old, outdated operating system on a computer. It was installed a long, long time ago, maybe in your childhood, based on things your parents said or what you saw around you. And that old programming is still running every single decision you make, totally beneath the surface of your conscious mind. And this, right here, is the absolute key to everything. A real, lasting breakthrough doesn't come from working harder or finding a new to-do list. It happens when your actions, your hard work, finally line up with those deep internal patterns. When you get that alignment right, that invisible wall, it just disappears. Okay, so the big question is, how do we do that? How do we actually start to align everything? Well, this is where the real transformation starts to happen. If you remember one thing from our chat today, let it be this. You don't need to work harder. You've already proven you can do that. You just need to look deeper. It's not about flooring the gas pedal. It's about finally looking under the hood. So what does that look like? Well, it's really a three-step process. First, you just have to acknowledge that these invisible blocks are real and that they might be what's holding you back. Step two is learning the tools to actually, reprogram those old patterns. And step three, it's all about taking that very first step to put it all into practice and create real, lasting change. So let me ask you this. What would it feel like to finally smash through that invisible wall? Imagine for a second. What would your life look like if all your hard work finally started paying off in the way you truly deserve? Look, if any of this resonated with you today and you're ready to take that first step, a really great place to start is by figuring out what your specific blocks even are. We're actually going to dive deep into this on a free webinar we're hosting. We'll give you some tools to help you identify and start to overcome these hidden blocks. It's all about making sure that all your hard work finally counts. Hope to see you there.